Well, happy Monday morning to you all. It's Monday, May 11th. I trust you had a good weekend. Happy Mother's Day. Belated one day to all the moms out there. I trust you had a great day, that you felt loved and appreciated. And we continue to pray God's blessings on you and to all those that watch. Hope that you have a great Monday. We're going to continue our study in Proverbs. It's the 11th, so we're going to be in the 11th chapter of Proverbs this morning. We're going to remember four things when we study Proverbs. First of all, they're principles, they're not promises. Second of all, the Proverbs, they either compare, contrast, or complete each other. They compare, contrast, or complete each other. So when the first one usually does one of those three C's to the second line. The third thing is that we want to have these be easily memorized and understood, and we want to help apply these principles of wisdom to our lives. And then remember, they are written from a father to a son, written from an older person to a young man, an older father to a young dad. So we want to be able to gain wisdom, which is the application of knowledge. Since it's the 11th, we're going to be in Proverbs 11. Chapters 10 through 15 begin a section of contrasting two different lifestyles. So today we're going to talk about leadership. We're going to talk about how to surround yourself with godly people. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14. Without wise leadership, a nation falls. There is safety in having many advisors. Let me read that again. Wisdom without wise leadership, a nation falls. There is safety in having many advisors. This proverb is dealing with a group of people, specifically a nation, but this can be applied to a church, a club, a town, a city, a country, a business, an organization, a church. So any place that there is a group of people, this proverb can apply. So without wise leadership, a nation or this organization falls. There is safety in having many advisors. Why is this so important? Well, we should not make decisions alone. Don't forget who wrote this. This is Solomon. He is the wisest man that ever lived. Remember from First Kings, we studied how he got his wisdom. And the wisest person that ever lived, that had the gift of wisdom given to him from God himself, wrote this and said, without wise leadership, a nation falls. There is safety in having many advisors. The wisest man in the world said, I need wisdom. I need input from others. He himself acknowledged that he doesn't have all the answers all the time, and he looks to advisors. The word for advisors, a Hebrew word for advisors, it gives you a picture of cords or ropes, which takes us to an illustration of a boat or a ship. I'm thinking like Pirates of the Caribbean. When they had those ropes or ships, not one person could take a boat into harbor or out of harbor. They needed help because there were many different ropes that handled the different ways to help direct the sails and to help bring the ship into where they needed to do it. It wasn't able to be done by one person. There needed to be many people there, all having the same goal, all having the same desire, all having the same vision of getting that ship into harbor. Same thing goes with our leadership. Without wise leadership, without people around us all having the same vision, all having the same goal and desire, our ship, that nation, that organization, that club is not going to get where it needs to go. Everybody needs to be on the same boat and on the same path with the same goal. And you can't be on that boat by yourself because you can't handle all those cords by yourself. Any organization needs people who are competent and wise to manage those ropes or to have advisors. So I sat here and asked my question, well, who are the people that we should pick if we're in leadership? What are some of the characteristics or qualifications we should look for people who are in our organization? Well, first of all, we want to have people that are trustworthy. Let their yes be yes and let their no be no. They're not double-tongued, as the Bible would say. They don't say one thing and then try to wiggle out when it goes the wrong way and pass the blame. They are trustworthy. Their yes is yes, their no is no. They have a good reputation. They are able to show that they have made wise decisions in the past. Not that they've never made mistakes in the past, but they have learned from their mistakes and they continue to use the principles that they have learned. So they make wise decisions. They're able to speak well of others. They're not a gossip. They don't use their influence of leadership and the higher level of knowledge that they have within the organization to use that against other people. So they're not gossips. In my life as a pastor, I look for people who walk with God and they show their love for God. There's fruit in their life. And if you're not in a church setting, and you run a business, you might look for people that have run an organization that have had success in their business, whether it's contracting or in leadership or in recruiting or technology, but they have been able to show themselves that they are competent and able to work to show fruit for their labor. They're also willing to serve. You want to look for someone that's willing to serve. Jesus was our ultimate example when it comes to leadership and service. And Jesus told us if you want to become great, you need to become a servant. So we want to have people in our leadership influence that are willing to serve and not just sit behind the desk and say, this is how it's done, do it. They want to be able to go out and show the example. John chapter 13 is a great study on Jesus' servant leadership. And then finally, within your leadership structure, you need to be able to have people that are willing to speak the hard truth, be willing to stand up and not go with the flow. You don't want to be surrounding yourself with people that are yes men or yes women, but you also don't want to have people that are always contrary, but they're willing to stand up for their point of view and be able to articulate that well. So don't miss this. The wisest man in the world said, without wise leadership, a nation falls. There is safety in having many advisors. And as we end our time, I would like to submit to you this morning that without wise leadership, your life would fall. There is safety in having many advisors. When you make decisions, are you asking and seeking wise advisors in your own personal life? Are you having people speak truth into your life that are able to help you see the side of things that you might not see? And are you seeking advice when you make big decisions? Proverbs 11:14, great leadership principle. I hope and trust you have a great Monday and that you will be wise and that you will surround yourself with great advisors. If I can help you, let me know. Have a great Monday and have a good and godly day.